Hello, 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 beautiful people of the world. Welcome back to the Happy Conversation Idea Show, the number one happiness, education, and lifestyle podcast in the world. Here you can learn and flourish with the thoughts, ideas, and the stories of the happiest and most successful people in the world. I'm Happy Bains, your happiness host and certified career and lifestyle coach. Have you ever given a serious thought or think about it that why it is so important to focus on happiness, mental health support, anti-aging, and cellular rehabilitation in modern times? Worth giving a thought for a mental chewing diet. Well, today our dignified and intelligent special guest has all the profound answers regarding health and happiness and to the long living healthy lifestyle. This powerful episode is proudly sponsored by our special guest, Beata. She is the founder of the BioMune Integrative Wellness in Canada, who is partnering and collaborating with medical scientists, medical engineers, and Nobel Prize contributors, USA, Europe, and Canada to improve your health better. She's also part of Tentus Health Co. and Breathe to Go device for respiratory health. Her prime focus is on strategic collaboration with scientists, medical practitioners, and alternative medicine to enhance one's vitality at the cellular level. Her athlete background and experience in multiple university studies on 2 continents guided her level of passion for health and strategic consulting. And she passionately believes that health and wellness are the key to long-lasting happiness and personal and professional success. Let's hear from our dignified special friend and my lovely dear Beata. Beata, welcome to the Happy Conversation Idea Show. And I am so delighted and honored that you have given your precious time today to us to share your wise wisdom related to health and happiness. I am so excited and thanks for your precious time, Beata.
Well, thank you so much for having me in this sunny day today. I'm happy to have a talk with you.
Indeed, it is much more needed in Vancouver, Canada. Here, been raining, but we are lucky enough to have a lot of sun now here. It's no more clouds, only sun. Thanks so much for your time. So please tell us about your successful career. What made you so passionate about your life, Beata, please?
Well, the passion is within us. We just have to sometimes open it, right? So it's what we want, what we desire, what are our needs. Well, I won't go as far as where I come from, but I'm from Slovakia. And I found one of my first passions in life was to improve myself in English, because I was taking 2 universities back in Europe. And many of my subjects were in English, which was kind of challenging. And so I chose and ventured out in the world. And because I was a competitive athlete, I reached out to many universities and I chose to come to Vancouver.
Wow.
After a little while, I kind of, you know how you kind of start somewhere, you just don't know where you're kind of going, how the life goes. So I found myself at some point in life in Vancouver after a couple, 3 months going to private school here. Literally standing on a bus stop in Vancouver, North Vancouver. And as usual, pouring rain, which is a classical weather in here in Vancouver. I had 2 suitcases next to my body, $100 in my pocket, and I had no place to stay. I did start to cry and I didn't know where to go. But like I said, I always say Vancouver people are just beautiful people. They recognize, they watch. And if you just simply ask for help, you get it.
Indeed,
so
I agree.
Right?
Yes.
And there was one lady that saw me crying, and she reached out to me and she gave me a shelter. So I kind of started journey from that point. And fast forward, I finished my university and I started to become passionate about how to apply myself here in Canada, what I can do. So I continued taking university, but already being married and having a child. So it's kind of challenging, right? It's you have a little baby. What do you do? How do you even go to school? So yeah, I asked for another passion came. Okay, how do I go through this, having a baby, going through university? So I asked for permission to bring a baby to a class. So I breastfed in a class,
Wow.
and I went through the whole school of university instead of 4 years, 5 years. But I was able to raise my two children, and just what I'm saying is just that passion in you. If you have it, just solidify, go for it. Don't ever give up. There's always a way.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then another it's just passion building on a passion. So what do I do next? Well, now I have children. They go through schools, and they, because I was an athlete, I wanted them to engage in a life. So I wanted them to do sports. So I said, okay, how do we do that? So I became coach. So I
Wow.
coached kids in the elementary, high school level, all the way to very high competitions, provincial nationals. And I found that was really enriching me, enriching my children. So again, another passion came and transpired. It's just you kind of building on things as you go. And in meanwhile, of course, I built up engineering company. I
Brilliant.
started to engage in other activities in respect of the business, and that again inspired me again to find, especially during the pandemic, when the time were tough and we were told
Incredible.
we have to stay at home and there was no solution. And I said, is there not solution? So another kind of passion came in my life to find solution. So we don't need to live in a fear. What can be done? So you just go furthermore and research. And then I acquired a wellness center for the respiratory wellness. And that literally was at a point of bankruptcy. The times when everyone were home in September, because
Yes.
March started, right? The pandemic
Yes.
started in March. The times when it was September, no one was allowed to go anywhere. No one was allowed to even visit. We couldn't visit family members.
So
That's
true.
the time when I bought a clinic. People told me I'm crazy. Why am I doing stuff like that? I said, well, people need it. So
Indeed.
I purchased it within 2 weeks of decision in a very short period of time. Sometimes opportunities come in a very little, like a flicker of a time.
True. Very
So,
true.
so what do you do? I said, okay. So I started to offer it for free. So people were coming, and suddenly after about a month, I saw about 200 patients, clients, and they were recovering. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have something here. People were recovering from asthma, bronchitis, COPDs, any kind of COVID-related issues, respiratory, and or optimize, I would say.
Yes.
So I said, fine. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this on my own. So I started to hire people and
Fantastic. You
started
need
to
an
build.
army to
Yeah,
handle that. Yes.
exactly. When you
Intelligent
know
army like that.
something, sorry?
I said we need intelligent army to handle all those responsible jobs.
Right, right. And also, sometimes you go into a life, it's almost like you jump in the water and you keep swimming, right? So, and you can start engaging. And if something truly works and you're very passionate about, and
Yeah.
especially if it's enriching humanity and it's helping the world, then there's no stop. You
So
gotta go
true.
through it.
Keep going on and on. This is fantastic. You're so courageous, and you mentioned that you didn't have a fear. You moved out and did it on your own. How the humble beginning started from Slovakia, and then you came here with a suitcase, $100 in your pocket, and then literally that you didn't give up. You didn't went to in a wrong direction. All you had faith and courage. That is so remarkable. That and when you are ready to do something passionately, universe sends the angels that the lady came and helped you out. So I believe if she will be listening this podcast, she will be delighted that she's an honor that you still give credit as an humanity and you shift gears too as well. Beata, please tell us about that. Why you chosen to shift gears into health and wellness industry? I know you came and you started the clinic all. Is there wasn't a specific reason which you mentioned that, or something else, or someone else inspired you, or you got inspired, or you have some other supporting team that motivated you? Being a woman and starting on your own and during the pandemic time is not a crazy thing what you said. I think it's a visionary thing that you had a vision about that. So share a little light on that, please.
Right. Like I said, it takes a village to accomplish and achieve the dream, the need, the fulfillment, the passion, the journey. our life is a journey. So if you, and like you said, is sometimes we're not necessarily are dropped amongst the great surrounding. We create our own surrounding. So
Brilliant.
I suggest and recommend to everyone in the world, if you're not happy where you are, make that first step and engage with the world, engage with the nature, and things will start happening. It's one step at a time. So the wellness came, I mean, I always had a part of the wellness in my life because I was brought up in a communist country. So there was a little bit, not everything was to our reach. So we had everything more homemade. We had, my grandparents had gardens, so I could, pick a carrot,
Beautiful.
pull a peach from the tree, right?
Wow.
So, so we were living quite healthy, and we had always warm meals and stuff. Well, call it fortunate. But regardless, is we create what we need. And then of course I competed as an athlete. I didn't grow up like majority of children that they grew up with the music, with friends. All I did is train and train 5 hours a day.
Passionate.
Right? Because you had certain mission and vision that you wanted to go to international competitions, you wanted to go to Olympics, and so that kind of kept going. And then the wellness kind of got more collaborated in here in respect when I started to purchase that respiratory cave, salt cave. That really changed and shifted everything for me.
Fantastic.
Just before then, I had engineering company I'm partnering with, and I'm also engaged in other corporations, either shareholder or board of directors or some kind of advisory board. I'm sitting on councils. So we can apply ourselves as much as we want or as little as we want. And the fact that I started people would come to a clinic and saying, I've been sent here. From the beginning, it was kind of scaring me. I'm like, what do you mean you've been sent here? And
like an earth angel. You've been meant to design and save people's life and improve their life. Fantastic.
Yes, and there would be scientists, some people from North Vancouver, which is 2-hour drive, Horseshoe Bay, Chilliwack. Then I started to, because I was curious, I started to sit and listen to some of the World Council of Health, Global Wellness Institute Council, just listening what's going on. Sometimes we need to listen more than we say. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. And I usually say sometimes we have more than 20 or 30 teeth and only 1 tongue. So we mind watch our words more than 20 or 30 times before we say, yes, please go ahead.
That's actually very well said. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
So, and then the wellness, that's how everything started to inspire me. And the scientists were saying things, applied biophysics told me about how our body function in ecosystem of planet Earth. What does Schumann resonance means? What does it mean frequency? What do you mean frequency in a body? What do you mean sound frequency, light frequency, electromagnetic frequency, water frequency? That really like, wow, okay,
Wow.
how do we really function? And then because I started to engage, and it's almost like you're a sponge. Your brain has ability to learn so much as long as you're willing.
I know that's, I believe there was a quote or there was a saying that Thomas Edison said that I'm like a sponge. Give me everything. I want to know everything. I will learn. And you sponged it out. You absorbed that, all the valuable information which can transform people's life and all. Now, Beata, thanks for sharing this one. Now, related to that, please tell us about, related to your clinic, what you do and your partners. What is coming in the near future regarding to science, technology, and treatment in the area which you are occupied right now, please?
A lot of amazing things for humanity. I shall not to keep it secret, but there is so much I can say based on my credibility. So at some point, I will start engaging those speakers. Either it's a quantum practitioner, or it's a medical scientist, or is we also have a Nobel Prize nominee in our team, or contributors. So we have people in multiple countries around the world. I had ability to connect with them and connect them together. So now putting some parts together, we're going to be probably seeing moving and shifting our nutritions. a nutrition has a certain level of absorption, which usually range between 12 to 18%. Some of them are better or worse. And often enough, our body doesn't absorb it the way it's desired. And it's either done through IVs or through some kind of supplement or simply patches. There's so many variety, but we are moving and shifting towards micellization of nutrients.
Wow, this is incredible.
Yes, it's going to be close to 100% absorption of nutrients into your body.
Fantastic. This is very valuable information you have shared with that. As you beginning, you started this statement that it's not a secret. Well, that is why you are here to share your golden nuggets, your secrets, your strategies and idea that your thoughts, ideas, and story that how it has changed and improved people's and clients' life and how you are going to do more implementation to bring the more awareness towards the humankind and humanity and the human healthness. Thanks. We are so proud that you are doing all this and sharing that you have Nobel Prize contributors as well as scientists. And definitely, we will encourage to just visit more of your services so that people can get benefit out of it. Now, Beata, please tell us about now you started from, you have so many businesses, you are collaborated with world-class scientists from Europe, North America, and here in America as well too. What is your impression on that doing too many things will make you good at anything? I mean, it's kind of silly question, but people usually say like, okay, well, she's doing this, she's doing like, but in my opinion, in my experience, yes, it's capable. Human mind is capable of doing various things. It can start from a beginning to become an expert in a line of the field, but we can elaborate and we can expand in the same direction towards the line of our field. Yeah, it's possible. But can you tell us that is possible to do many things related to your field by being yourself and with your army? How do you manage? How you cope up all the stress and the momentum? Please share some secrets and golden nuggets on that.
So that's actually a very good observation. And all I can say, it depends on you. It depends on each individual. Are we capable of doing multiple things? Absolutely.
Yes.
Can we do and handle multiple directions? Absolutely. And all it takes is sometimes you are building the blocks. So you started from somewhere, just like you have a one child. When somebody gives you 10 children at the same time, it's like, whoa, chaos.
Yes.
But if you have one child and second child and third and suddenly have 10, you kind of simulate it, right? The same principle happens as long as you have that passion and that passion transpires through some kind of vision and a goal. Although you're doing multiple things, or like me, I'm multiple corporations now. I'm sitting on multiple boards, as I said. I'm now trying to do a research and development company, as well as I'm having a BioMune integrative wellness, as well as I have engineering company, as well as so many other things. Yes, you can do it. Everyone can. You just have to be organized. Yes. Organized in your life, discipline, and if you are very feeling like, oh my gosh, overwhelming. And there will be times, and that's okay. Yeah. All you have to do is, what gives you energy? What is it? Is it meaning your friends that gives you laughter? Is it because you go to a nature for a walk? Is it because you suddenly just say, enough is enough, I'm going to travel and explore Sri Lanka? So what is it? So as long as you know your groundwork, like your foundation of your energy, you just get it back. So that healthy balance of everything. And of course, I have children as well, and I'm very engaged with my kids. I got them to a level of compete. So you know how it is in Canada. You've got to be a chauffeur, you've got to be a coach, you've got to be just all sorts of roles. But I would say, I think as long as you're passionate, and then that passion transpires, it's almost like little puzzles. You have a puzzle of this, puzzle of that, and you just put those corporation, companies, activities together, and now it's a bigger picture.
Fantastic. What a clear and that's very remarkable, permanent answer you have given. As you mentioned, that's organization, organized life. Time management is a life management. A person who he or she cannot manage his or her time will not even value other people's time. So organizing and discipline. And I believe discipline in 3 sectors, in my opinion, is sleeping, eating, and sexual life. That if we are disciplined in this area, I think no one can stop on Mother Earth to succeed in whatever the business or occupation we are in. So you are disciplined, you're focused, but you can do multitasking. What a wonderful example and strategy you shared with us. I hope we can get more out of your this wisdom. Okay. Well, thanks, Beata, for sharing with this wonderful answer. Now, moving forward, related to your work, which I'm very fascinated about the Himalayan salt, but also the other type of salt. So, related to this, what is the power of salt therapy? How does this improve the mood and health and happiness? Please tell us about that.
Well, soul therapy goes hundreds years ago. Especially, I come from a country called Slovakia. We have over 1,000 natural caves in our land.
Wow.
So if you ever explore Europe, feel free to explore castles, caves, nature. And you'll see when you go inside those caves, they're deep. Some of them are kilometer long, some of them are deep as 800 meters long down.
Wow.
So, and they found back then when they were mining that those people who were mining in a salt environment, their respiratory improved. As you would be going to the ocean, suddenly the allergies are not so prevalent, right? Your sinus infections appears to be gone. Because why? Salt has antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal properties, right?
Indeed.
So what happens when you have sinus infection? Doctors often ask you, use a saline, right?
Yeah.
Wash it off with salt
The
water.
neti pad, yes, and all that. Yeah.
The same thing they tell you, gargle with salt if you have scratchy throat, right? So it just kills the bacteria, kills all the pathogens in there that could intercept with the healing of the wound, or perhaps the respiratory. Where this is dry salt therapy. It's a slightly different concept. It's dry. It works like a sponge. So it has a dry environment. We actually have a device called halogenator. And the halogenator grinds the pharmaceutically graded salt only. Try not to use any other salt unless it's pharmaceutically graded, because it doesn't have those multiple minerals in there, which we don't know how it's compatible with your respiratory. The tiny little particles are as little as 3 like the little microns. And when they disperse inside the room where you usually are located, we've created like a salt cave. You actually breathe the salt in through upper respiratory, lower respiratory. And if there's any mucus, fungus, infection, because it's a dry salt particle, penetrates deeper.
True.
If it would be liquid or water, I mean, first of all, you can't even breathe the water. So that's why dry is much better. It actually absorbs that liquid just like a sponge. And then you sneeze it or cough it out or digest it.
Wow. This is incredible. And I think we cannot cover, you have so much of intelligence related to the salt. Maybe we will highly recommend and suggest to visit your clinic and to have firsthand experience with that. Maybe one day you and I can come there, and I'll be honored to experience that. And salt, definitely. And also, I would like to visit your country too, definitely, to see all the beautiful caves in Slovakia. Thanks for sharing. Go ahead, please.
Very important is you can go there as young as 3 days old babies.
Oh,
like
wow.
literally, we would have a tiny little babies coming in there and elderly. We would have there. It's just age; it doesn't matter.
Wow.
So we just have a shorter time of exposure. But BioMune Integrative Wellness, again, BioMune Integrative Wellness in Langley, Surrey border, in Vancouver, could give that opportunity to go try it. So if you have a post-COVID that you cannot recover from, or if you have ongoing infections, allergies, asthma, just give it a try.
Lovely. We will definitely do that. All the information will be mentioned below this line and video and the link. Now, as you mentioned about the salt, about the sinus and getting clear the nostrils and all, related to that snoring, it's a huge problem which kills the happiness. Now, people are only happy if they have a full sleep. Now, what is the main cause of not falling asleep issues, and how people can become happier and feel better to have a full sleep? Do you have related to any other treatment or information that people can just observe that kind of thing? Because a lot of people have a sleep apnea and so on.
Well, it's determined to be a medical matter sometimes. So all I'm going to be talking about, in addition to what you already do with the doctors and practitioners,
Yeah.
I highly recommend to do a few things that we were able to help people,
Okay.
especially we were helping first responders,
Okay.
police officers, and nurses because their pattern of sleep is very different.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, we are helping a lot of people that are in generation between 20 to 30 because they can't sleep. They can't stay asleep, they can't fall asleep, and they're waking up. And that's because it's also to do with a higher exposure of electromagnetic frequency. Your
Okay.
body really likes a lower frequency. When we learn how your body works, how even your DNA works, and how it's protected in your chromosomes, that your body, when it has a certain frequency level, can even perhaps the cancer cells don't even grow in that environment. Your body can self-correct if it has the right conditioning. It's magical in some ways. So we use PEMF therapy, which is pulse electromagnetic frequency therapy, in combination with the medical cannabis sometimes, because we have federally be working with the company called Stantas Halco.
Okay.
And I'm also sitting on a board with them. So what we're trying to do is we are first responders, veterans have a hard time. Sometimes they have multiple issues, and that could be related because of the working environment or the sleeping. So what I'm trying to say is, in combination with the probably medical cannabis and in combination PEMF therapy, within about 10 sessions, we have over 80% efficacy. People happen to sleep, fall asleep, and stay asleep.
Wow, this is beautiful. I know how sleep is important. It's sometimes when people are stressed out, working overtime on computer in modern world, or even just working outside too, and they get fatigue and all. There are several reasons can be on sleep as well too. But this is valuable information, as you mentioned that. Wow, thank you so much for sharing, Beata. That's wonderful, significant, and essential that how we can take precaution towards this wise wisdom that you shared about. Now we talked about the sleeping thing and all. It can affect our mood and happiness too. Now we heard about this IV therapy, and you are champion and you're an expert in that area. That please tell us about that. How IV therapy is an incredibly popular nutrition that people choose to boost their nutrition, such as like vitamin B, C, and whatever the other benefits are out there. What is IV therapy and how does it work and how safe and how people can get benefit out of it? Please share about that, please.
Sure. Well, I would give the expertise to the experts, which would be probably doctors, nurses, or applied quantum practitioners. But in our clinic, what we do, of course, that we have nurses doing the therapy. It actually gives you, first of all, give you a liquid in your body. Your body is about 75-78% water. You were born in water.
True.
So sometimes we have dehydration of some level or malnutrition. And that's probably the fastest way getting nutrition in your body very quickly, very promptly, and often enough it lasts longer. So we have found out with some of the cancer patients, we would have a more boost vitamin C. We would have sometimes people who are getting sick over and over again or unwell or cannot take nutrients orally. We have to get it somehow to them because they were, let's see, very unwell. They get some kind of everything was coming from both ends for them, and it's that they need to get the nutrients and liquid in their body. So we would put them on IV drip. People who have ongoing viruses, we have about 10 menus offering. And some people just simply come there because they want to have a glutathione push, which is glutathione is another subject that I'd love to bring to a topic. In our team, we have one gentleman who had been contributing to Nobel Prize for glutathione, and he's a glutathione guru in the world. And I've learned so much. I had no idea if you don't have a glutathione in your body, your cells are not as efficient to detoxify, to create energy. And on top of it is that you don't need to take that many nutrients. It actually recycles nutrients in your body if you have sufficient level of glutathione. So IV, it's very recommended for people who would like to have that boost, the optimization, that furthermore wellness, hydration. Okay. So that's what I would say in short.
Fantastic. This is very valuable information and so significant that, you know, how it plays the effect to change the mood and happiness too. So, Beata, we talked about sleep, we talked about nose and salt therapy, we talked about the obesity and all. See, what happened is during the time when we are engaged in relationship with boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, and all, when people, one partner is suffering and going through with all sort of ailment or not being healthy. Now, my second question, the next question is towards to that. What advice do you give to protect a love relationship from not getting too egoistic about the unhealthy partnership? One partner, if it is not healthy and then the love diminish and you start losing the interest in each other, what advice would you give that it can enlighten up and bring more happiness, joy, and bonding in that relationship? Because you see so many clients in your personal life, in your clinic, and in person too. Please share about that, anything which you can be remarkably bring more joy and happiness to relationship.
Um, I think sometimes we ought to make a little mistake. We try to parent our partner. We try to boss our partner. We try telling them what not to do instead of probably showing them along by you taking them to a nature. Instead of telling, go for workout. How come you haven't been working out? Or you're out of shape? Or don't eat this, don't eat that. Well, why don't you cook some better meal? Or why can't you engage your partner to cook it with you or go shopping with you? Or if that person is just ongoingly feeling really down, because that could be multiple things. It could be because that he has been exposed to something traumatic at work. We don't know. Sometimes men not necessarily wants to open up to every single issue in the world.
True.
So in that respect is observe, listen, open your eyes, and engage. So your engagement can come from many perspectives. It can come from, like I said, engage them with some kind of activities, engage them to bring them amongst people, because it takes sometimes the whole village to help each other. Sometimes
True.
it would be, they might need some nutrients, they might need some therapies. Help them with that, go with them, do it with them, that process, if you are wanting to make the situation to be different.
Fantastic.
But if you kind of neglect it for too long and you now grew apart, now it takes a miracle. And
So
that
true.
means two parts have to contribute.
So true. Fantastically. Here is my humble salute to you for this. What abounding suggestion and advice you have given. Clear communication, not assuming, and taking personal initiative. I think personal initiative is the dynamo of all individual achievements. That taking initiative, that if one partner is suffering or not overlooked and all, and offering the help whenever possible after the work or even before work, being creative, going in the nature, on the beach or in a park, and rather than not pointing out, you look like this and look like that, don't eat do this and don't eat that and all sort of things, which happens. But I think physical activity enhances the romantic relationship between any spouse and couple, or even any other brother and sister, for a good relationship, to empower and engage in healthy relationship, to motivate them, to inspire them. Communication, clarity, no assumptions. I think these are remarkable thing in any relationship. Thanks for sharing that. So this is fantastic, Beata. Now tell us, what are the secrets to looking half of the age without facelifting or any magical genes?
Uh, right. So I would almost say it has to be, first of all, create your own energy, create own happiness. Don't assume others will make you happy. You gotta create that happiness. If everybody were going after me, only thing I have is me. So if I look at that tree that is right next to my house, it's just so beautiful. Sometimes that's all it takes. So once you have that energy, that vibrancy, that it just resonates from you. So that something would be probably fundamental.
Okay.
Create the happiness around you, whatever that happiness means to you, because happiness has quite a wide range of pointers, or people cannot even justify what happiness truly means. But another thing is, try to drink a life water, which
True.
means full of hydrogen. Hydrogen is a gas, it's a negative ion charge. It also helps you internally to rejuvenate, to correct some of the misbalance. Every cell needs to have a nourishment. We have 75 trillions of cells in our body.
Wow.
And what is the function of a cell? There's just three, and it's to carry nutrient of oxygen through your body, to create energy, and to replicate.
Fantastic.
So allow that flow. You're plasmatic. You are current. So that beauty and transparency comes from obviously proper nutrients, creating that love environment, creating the conditioning for yourself, which means probably you can look for nutrients. Sometimes for the face, I'm not sure. I mean, some people prefer certain injections. Some people prefer more of the natural. So there are devices out there based on just the electrical current that just lifts your eyebrows out, takes the wrinkles away. So be resourceful. Look around. What works for you? What doesn't? Do you want to have a fast fix, or do you want to slowly regenerate?
Wow, fantastic. This is incredible. And, we are in this city where we call Vancouver. It's the rain, and northern part of the earth are usually cold and rain. And when I say that R for rain, R for rejuvenation, refresh, reconnecting, rebounding, romantic, and relook to ourselves. R stands for not only rain, it's for refreshing too, because rain cleans all the dust away, gives us the best and clean oxygen from the tree. And city which doesn't have no more rain, there are a lot of dust sitting out there. So you can see British Columbia is so beautiful out here, and all the part of the Mother Earth is incredibly beautiful. As you said, it is the point of view how we look at the perspective. Even looking outside the tree can enhances your mood and changes the lifestyle. Thanks, Beata, for sharing this wonderful and significant, blissful answer. I will say that one. So now here's another one quickly I want to add on, which you are expert in. Why do clients or general people become insecure about their weight and aging? How do they can reflect that in fact of becoming insecure? What are the other reasons which you can say that can motivate and give them more happiness rather than becoming insecure about being overweight and aging?
So first of all, you as an individual need to determine if you're happy within the body that you have. No one should tell you what's the perfection. If you're satisfied and you're healthy within that body, we're good to go. If you feel you need tune-up, there are again therapies and treatments that are non-invasive, and we have that as well in a clinic, and we are sculpting and toning, again based on some kind of current or radio frequency or just electrical stimulants of the muscles. So everything can be that more natural. That doesn't need to be so invasive and opening people's body. But again, everybody needs to know where is their happiness again, and their body should be. What are we basing? What is a base mark? Is it because I used to be very fit and I liked it because I used to be mobile? I used to be very feel like I have lots of energy. If that's the case, go back to it. What is it that you couldn't do? So do sports, do activities, engage, and so we do have a treatments, like I said, for doing treatments and changing people's body. We also do that comes also with the detox, because yes, it's not just outside look, but we need to correct the digestive tract, metabolic functionality. And how do you know that your partner food is exactly the same as for you? So can I digest it? Maybe I'm allergic to it. Maybe I cannot absorb certain nutrients because it's malfunctioning. Some of the organs are malfunctioning. And as far as some people, when they don't absorb vitamin B, they've got to take a different type of vitamin B, right? Because in the future, and we also do DNA testing, we do bioenergetic scanning of the body to have 200 pages of analysis of what's going on between your organs and functions and exposure to certain particles or heavy metals. So it's complex, but it can be definitely treated.
Fantastic. Awareness and being aware of that about our own body. I believe in, as I do career and lifestyle coaching for over 20 years, I think when we are youth in our 15 to 25, this is the age where we make up or break up. knowingly or unknowingly, what we eat, drink, sleep, and do other activities are more profound and impact in our later lifestyle. Whether we save our later lifestyle after 35 to eat good and to move around the world, or we become so obese and become um, not useful to our body and to humanity, that creates a valuable meaning in our life between 15 to 25 and 30, what we eat and not eat. So discipline over our vocabulary, our word, sleeping, eating, and sex. These are the most important thing, I think, that creates a universal a secret in ourselves to succeed in any occupation or businesses. Now, Beata, thanks for sharing this wonderful thing. Now, being a passionate woman, how do you champion new and creative ideas to operating and opening new businesses? Please tell us about that.
Hmm. Well, I always sit down with me,
Okay.
and I have to see if that new venture is to some degree contributing, enhancing, kind of, it has to have certain level of engagement that will, it helps me either to transition to something new or engage on the top of everything as an enhancement. So I do research. I have a lot of people that I rely on for the research as well. And I also ask for help. I ask, do you think this is something that is going to be needed for humanity, for a better world, if you should call it that way, or something that truly helps? Because I think the times when we were so, like 100 years ago, in the last 100 years, I think we concentrated too much on the wealth of corporations. Nothing to say that you shouldn't. Everybody needs to do what they need to do. But it's time of a little bit more of giving and putting humans in this equilibrium so they get to a benefit. Why can we live a longer life? Why can we have if we don't, if we have the longevity we have, why can we have a longer life that is more productive? Who told me, and why somebody would say that I'm 50, I'm old, and I should act a certain way, or I should have certain things, and I cannot have certain things because I'm old. So, who makes that decision? So yeah, it's something that I would say, back to, so if you can ask me furthermore a little bit more about this question, so I will be able to
so basically you operating already a few businesses, and
right.
you still are capable of creating a new business. That was the whole idea, being a woman, taking personal initiative to open a new business. So you champion new ideas to us. So what is the core reason that you dare to do the things? You're fearless, you're courageous to start business after business. That was my intent to ask this
Right.
question. Yes.
Thank you, because I got disturbed. These
No
phones
worries.
are not a good thing because they distract me.
Okay.
Um, I would say, first of all, I'm not scared of change.
Okay.
Every change gives you a certain level of learning and that journey that you ought to take. So I love it. I love challenge. I just love when something comes across the table and sometimes I can't take it and I can't pursue it, but sometimes I do. And that's the decision when it comes, where it's, it has to have, of course, it has to help with the revenue. It has to help with the results that benefits the humanity. That's, to me, is a foundation.
Fantastic.
So
I love that, the foundation of humanity, keeping that in mind, that is not only for the self benefits, but also serving other where humanity is served. That is why I think we were born for, as I think somewhere I heard about that, as Albert Einstein was asked once that, Doctor, why we are here on Mother Earth? And he took a pause and he said, well, we are here on Mother Earth to serve others. That is so profound. Indeed, whatever we are doing, actually, we're serving others in any shape or form. So this is very remarkable. Now, can you please tell us about what is your advice or creative suggestion for someone who want to start a career into health and wellness industry? or someone is already existing in that, what advice would you give for this passionate career you have in health and wellness industry?
First, do it for right reasons. Do it because you want to help people to recover faster with the least invasive way. Do it because you have that passion and a drive in wellness industry. And or if you think that you just have the means, which you might have just the money, but you want to see this going, then surround yourself with the right people that they know they enriches, they have that intellect, they have the research, they have that passion. So sometimes we don't need to have a solution and know it all. That's not what I'm trying to say, but just get yourself around the people. They have the same foundation, they have the same vision, and support them, continuously support them.
Fantastic. I love that you clearly mentioned that do it for the tangible and intangible reason. If you want to do intangible reason, what is your perspective? What happiness and joy you will get for yourself and to serve and save others' life? Or also for tangible reason, if you're not now it's so selfish enough, it's okay to do it for money, no doubt. Money is like an oxygen. But you well said that surround with the like-minded and expert people so that you can move forward in the right direction and not taking swayed away by other people's opinion. So thanks so much for all this answers, Beata. Now let's head towards the second round we call Make the World Happy round. So your short, sweet, and lovely answers are welcome for the mental chewing diet. Are you ready for that?
I guess I am.
Let's hear it. Okay, Beata, what does happiness means to you?
Happiness means that you have a smile on your face.
Oh,
and you
wow.
can live the life and you can look at a mirror and say, I'm happy.
Fantastic. What does success means to you?
Success means that you have achieved what you desired to accomplish in any respect of your life.
Fantastic. I love that. What does failure means to you?
That you did not pursue and you had not disciplined enough yourself to achieve that goal that you initially set.
What a wonderful answer, Beata. I love this one. Thank you so much. Now, what is the beauty secret? What is the secret of your beauty?
Is energy.
Energy. I like that. Profound. Energy is everywhere. Energy is everything. Space, time, and energy. Well said that. Now, Beata, okay. In this question, you have to choose one, okay? Okay, yeah. So, what do you like more in your life? Love, sex, money, or fame?
Love.
Why?
Because love gives you all of the rest.
Oh my goodness, this is such a remarkable and simple yet answer. Thanks so much for sharing that. Now, what are your favorite healthy recipes?
Can you ask me a question?
Okay, yeah. What are your favorite healthy recipes?
Water. Choose right water.
Fantastic.
Enough oxygen, enough daylight.
Okay, fantastic. Enough oxygen and enough daylight. So daylight, probably Vancouver. We need to go to tropical countries and somewhere. No doubt we have a summertime here. Beautiful. Now, Beata, do you believe happy and good-looking people are more intelligent?
No.
Okay. So tell us about what is the secret to live longer?
It's a good one. Okay. To live longer, try to be active, try to find the happiness, engage in love, contribute to the world, contribute for your well-being. Don't be scared to change. Do that engagement in the world and go through the journey as it's your last day.
Fantastic. What a beautiful, remarkable answer. Here is my salute to you. This is such a, I usually say, someone asked me in the interviews, they said, Mr. Bains, what is the purpose of your life? I said, one of my purposes on the fun part, I said, I'm just enjoying the journey on Mother Earth. I'm just enjoying the holiday on Mother Earth as a guest. I came from some other beautiful planet and I'm here as a guest and stranger, and I will go away. During the journey, I'm going to meet all the wonderful, remarkable, happiest people like Beata also. Okay. Okay, next. Beata, do you believe in working harder, more innovative, or faster? Or something else?
Harder and faster.
And being
But I
more
like to
innovative.
run faster because it gets me to a place faster. A harder, how do we justify harder? I would say be persistent. The persistency, the discipline that requires that harder work. Nothing comes easy. Very few things come very easy in your life. And I think if it would come extremely easy, you wouldn't be so satisfied.
I
So
know.
I think that I would choose harder.
Yeah.
Because it's more fun, it engages you more, and it feels like it's just more rewarding.
I know. There are two versions. I usually say it's easy to buy a lottery ticket, but it's harder to win it. But also it's easy to wear your shoe and shoelace and run around the blocks. That's more rewarding. Okay. Now, what is most powerful? A thought, an idea, or a story? Or all three? Thought, idea, or story? What is more powerful?
Depends in what time in your life.
Okay.
When you are from the beginning is the thought. I have idea. I want to go somewhere. I want to do something. So that at that time in your life, or anything at the beginning of any cycle, is extremely important. It has to start from the thought. Then you said, what was the second one?
Idea and story.
Idea. So now you gotta create the creativity has to kick in. Either it's the middle of your growing the businesses, or you are a teenager becoming an adulthood, or any time in a transition. That idea has to be concrete. So it's extremely important.
Fantastic.
And the story is extremely valuable, because when you get and you've done it, you achieved it, you've got to share that story. If you don't share it, we don't learn from it. So it could be an elderly veteran speaking about the war. I've learned something. It's extremely valuable for him to speak about idea. That's so for that reason, 3 must transpire through.
I know. Thank you so much for the remarkable and very clever answer. As you can see, the theme and the purpose of my show is the thought, ideas, and the stories of the happiest people. And you are one of the remarkable, happiest person I know, Beata. Thanks for sharing this one. I really admire that. Now, Beata, you in this successful career, you have multiple business and you're running, you have a team of army, intelligent people, scientists and doctors. You are now 3 things which can help to start a new career. Or what are the few important key points to start a new career?
To have ability to want to change, to be able to transition and problem solve and implement it.
Fantastic. I love that. Ability to change, solve the problem, and implement it. Implementation is the keyword, action. In my coaching, I have my top formula to boost your career, job, and lifestyle. I say is usually top. T for top is not only being on a top position. So this is an acronym I've created that formula-based codes. T stands for think, O stands for operate, and P stands for progress. It is not only good to only think. A lot of time we do daydreaming, but we do not operate our mind to take action. So sometimes we do a lot of good thinking, a lot of time we take action, but we do not progress. So we need to progress in 3 departments of our areas: personal life, family life, and professional life. So be top in any division, my friends, whoever is listening or watching here now. Okay, Beata, we're almost close to our show now. We'll wrap up. Do eyes holds a secret? And I know you do eye therapies or eye treatment too as well in your clinic. Do eyes hold a secret?
It does. It calls iridology. It's a therapy. Well, it's a diagnostic where through your eyes, it can be diagnosed the health of your organs, the level of lymphatic drainage, toxicity, heavy metals, the nutrients, lack of nutrients, certain failures of certain metabolic functionality. So your eyes have a secret.
Wow, beautiful. And I believe all eyes are beautiful. They're innocent and they are blissful. The eyes which we can see the world, sometimes we can see our world from somebody else's eyes. And that is most beautiful thing I think I have learned in my life too.
Yeah,
Now, Beata, yeah, go ahead, please.
No, I think you need to know that people are beautiful. People just want to be heard. People need to be connected. We can't be apart. We need to create in conglomerate way. That is why we are so many of us in a planet Earth, because we are designed to live together.
True.
So if you think you can't do it on your own, reach out. And it's just, humans are beautiful, and we just have to find that beauty within them sometimes and just tell them it exists.
Fantastic. Be there. I love that. Interesting. Love it. So, Beata, tell us about what and who inspired you to be the happiest person you are today.
I would almost say everyone and anybody who engaged in my life.
Fantastic.
It didn't take one person. Of course, I have loving parents. I'm very blessed, loving family, friends. I created new circle of friends in Canada because I had those friendships back in Europe. So it's the surrounding, it's the entire village. So I cannot give a credit just to one, because I do appreciate everyone.
Now, that is the symbol of what a beautiful and humble woman should be. Giving all the credit to humanity. It is such a remarkable thing, selfless act you have done. And I hope all people can practice this. And even knowingly or unknowingly, they are practicing. But sometimes we get demotivated and discouraged about our good things too, that we don't recognize our own good things. We do good things, but sometimes it's not recognized. So let's not get discouraged, people out there, my friends. Okay, now, this is something related to you and all the lovely, beautiful women out there. So you are the voice of this question will reflect to all the women here, especially for you, Beata. Never say that specific word or a sentence when a woman is angry.
When woman is angry, we should never say it.
No,
Somebody
someone. So when you are, let's say, when you are angry, you don't prefer someone to tell you specific word or a sentence when you are angry. You don't like to listen.
Oh, I didn't even recognize. When somebody's very angry, they should never say.
Especially women. I'm talking about, never say a specific word or sentence when a woman is angry.
It's your fault.
So my lovely man audience out there, don't take it personally. Let's hold down that word. It's your fault. Take a time to not to say that, because we love our beautiful women, and so does women loves our beautiful men too out there. Thanks for sharing this, Beata. Such an intelligent answer. Okay. What is the best health advice you have ever received?
Utilize nature for self-correcting yourself,
Okay.
which means the foundation of, as far as going bare feet on a grass, all the way, don't necessarily always wear sunglasses because we get vitamin D through our eyes.
Okay.
Get a lot of oxygen intake. So in respect of, it just came, I would almost say keep moving, breathing, living.
Lovely. Great. Thanks so much for this lovely answer. Now, these are imagination 2 questions, okay? So first question is imagination, Beata. Okay. Imagine if universe or God, if you believe in, imagine if universe makes you a man for a day, what will you do more of and less of?
Nice. I never had this one. I don't think I would ever act much differently as a man. I would still deliver the same as a woman do. But as a man, I would not try to control as much and try to prove the world that I'm strong. The strength comes, I would just show the strength comes from intellect, actions, and not necessarily need to go and fight a war. So
you will not do more of. What will you do less of then? It's okay.
I would do less of. No, I like it. This is a great challenge. I'm doing this, okay?
Okay.
I'm doing it. Okay. I would be...
So if you would be a man for a day, what will you do less of?
Getting caught up in providing all the time. Start living a little more, and engage into multiple things. That means just, you don't necessarily need to be the provider. You can provide through love, through experience, and yeah.
Fantastic. I think personally, I'm very happy with this beautiful and very pleasing answer. Don't be caught up in giving. Sometimes we get too caught up. I'm the provider, breadwinner, and it is okay to do that, and it's fantastic. But sometimes we take the whole burden of the world on our shoulder, and we get not to live about that what men were supposed to live. We have all the equal rights, so does the woman have all equal rights. I'm not talking about politics, but we are born to cherish, to joy, to spread love and joy and happiness, to share and to give and to receive, and to also do the remarkable thing as the men and women are supposed to do. Okay, we are almost close to... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I have 2 older sons. I actually have adult sons now. Okay. So one moved to Europe, one is here. So me raising boys, that's how I felt it, that they always feel I've got to provide, I've got to, have this so woman can stay home. Just happy equilibrium there.
Fantastic. I like that. Now, this is also imagination question, okay? But you can ask out. So imagine, Beata, if you would be the host of this show, and if I would be the guest of the show, what question you would have asked me?
Why are you doing what you're doing? What is your mission to do with audience to communicate with?
That is a very prominent question you have asked me, Beata. With my intelligence, I will say positively that serving others with compassion and passion is my childhood habit, or a mission and vision, serving others. And I've been serving passionately, compassionately to the world in several departments of my businesses of my life too. And this specific podcast is the medium of showing, so more than 400 million people are eligible to listen this show or watch this show. So with this remarkable story that, as I said, thoughts, ideas, and story of the happiest people like you and other special guests, who I invite them to share their stories, their journey, their success, their adversities, so that we can learn and empower ourselves faster with this beautiful technology. So this is my purpose. That's what I'm doing. If I'm gone from Mother Earth, this my voice, my story, of your story and other celebrities' story will be there forever. And for this is my legacy. I'm living the legacy before even leaving the legacy. So this is what my purpose is, to make other people happy.
That's beautiful. I have one more question.
Go ahead, please.
I'm surprised. You might not, or you may want to answer it. If you would have a choice to use a tool of any kind, or a person, or a device, or any kind of resource, what would you use to even get it bigger, greater, and even and in a deeper sense of what you do?
So you asked about the tool, right? I have 2 tools. One, my thinking ability, my mind, which is internal, which will create a positive thought to force and to insist or request my tongue to whisper it, either to record or to write, because I love writing. Till today, I write letters. So one tool is my most favorable tool on the Mother Earth. Everybody have their own hands. This is the more fascinating tools of a human body itself. The hands can do their remarkable things. So with my tool is my hand, and I can write things to not only to inspire, but to make people happy and happier forever. I hope I answered your question.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Okay, we wrap up this show now. Now, please tell us about what is your favorite word or a quote, Beata?
The word perseverance.
Perseverance. Fantastic. Now, Beata, please tell us about what is the message to the beautiful people of the world? What is your message to the beautiful people of the world?
You are only one who can create a dream. You are only one who can create certain goals and a vision. It's within you. Go and engage. That means do that step yourself. Don't wait for others to do it for you. It will take you where it needs to take you, but you have this journey of self-actualization and self-fulfillment, whichever way it will take you. So don't be scared. Go for it.
Fantastic. Such a remarkable and positive, impactful answer. You have given such a significant answer. Thanks so much, Beata, for that. Now, please tell us, Beata, how do you like this Happy Conversation Idea Show? What is your takeaway from the show? How do you like the show?
It actually gets you back to thinking what happiness is, and it's enriching. It has a good energy. It just wants you to share more, and just the thought process, right? You actually engage me in such a way. It's like, I've never been asked that question. So what would I do? So I love that. It's the creativeness is in there. Once you're happy, you're creative. So that's what I like about it.
Thank you so much for being on our Happy Conversation Idea Show. You are the happiest person, as all the people of the world are happy. And I'm so happy and delighted and honored that you have spared your precious time today to share your wise wisdom, to share your thoughts, idea, and story of the adversity from how you came with $100 in suitcase and where you are entrepreneur, philanthropist, and human, making people, giving people the better life and improved life so that they can live more happier and longer. We are so thankful to you, Beata, and to your team, all the scientists which you are connected and all. We couldn't agree that what you're doing for our community is very remarkable. Personally, I want to say thanks so much for being on this show and sharing your wisdom. Now, this is for the listeners. Thanks for listening and watching this show wherever you are. What is that one thing that you wanted to take away from Beata's thought, idea, or story? Please leave the comment below or leave the question for Beata. She will answer, or even I will answer that. And one thing before we go, believe in yourself and act. Be top. Think, operate, and progress. Progress in your personal life, professional life, and family life. Thank you so much, listeners. Wherever you are, you have greatness in you, and stay healthy and happy forever. And do not miss to give a chance to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Happy Bains, your happiness host, career and lifestyle coach. If you want to come on my show as a special guest and share your thoughts, ideas, and story, or your product or service, please click the link below or visit my website, www.happybains.com. Please stay healthy and happy always. Thank you.